Dr. Shola, Babani, Ekrolesa, welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, sir.
Oh, it's better now.
Let me excuse you now for the few minutes left now.
No, don't excuse me. I'm not talking here today.
After causing trouble here,
I have to come back and do my own show like right from the beginning. Because this thing where we start, we don't go finish out. And I'm not going to sit against men this time. I'm supporting men at this time.
Uncle Shola want to drag me, Keto.
I'm supporting men at this time. I'm not supporting women at this time.
We are not supporting any gender, Dr. Shola. We are talking about.
I know, but it's just that good boy. Someone Bob machine look at Bob support the and the issue is that let me break the comments back right here. All right, if something is wrong with you and you are not fixing it, something's wrong with you. Now, if you want to keep marriage, you have to be intentional. Now, if I'm angry, like I took a session today, this woman told me I can't allow him to touch me because he has offended me 2003.
Jesus.
So, because he has offended you 2003, what are you still doing in the marriage? Why are you ruining the life of another person? If you know you are not ready to forgive, then get out of the marriage. It's so simple. If you want the marriage, you want to stay there, then fix the marriage. Call a counselor, let us look at it and say, Kilo Shelembi. And then we talk. I don't know. And everything will be done. Number two, if you have problem when it comes to your hormones, there are doctors there. I don't believe anybody will tell me, but I don't love sex. You are a stupid person. You're a stupid person. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me you don't like sex.
It's not that simple.
Something's wrong. No, something's wrong. It's either you have been molested when you're young, you'll be raped, or something happened. If anything has happened, you go to therapists and say, I don't want to make my husband to suffer. I want to be able to have sex with my husband.
So thank you, Uncle Beno.
Then we will not know and say, there is something wrong. This lady was raped. Now, because she was raped, the husband will now join together with her to help. But when I touch you, so Jenny, I touch you, I don't feel it.
You can't touch your breast.
No, I won't touch you again next week. I will abandon you and I will cheat. And once I cheat, you don't have to cheat. When they say it's not enough reason to cheat, who told you that? A man doesn't. We don't want sex. We need it. Our brain cannot work without sex. It's like a woman with breast. When you are breastfeeding and the breast is swollen and the baby is not sucking it, how painful is that?
It's very painful, sir. Very.
It's exactly what is happening to us. A lot of our marriages, a lot of our men, they are going upstairs to jack off.
Yep.
They go in the bathroom to jack off because they want.
And you said they don't like Iriwa.
Because they want to keep marriage. They don't want to go outside because outside is dangerous for them. But the wife that is inside is not helping us.
Yes.
A man needs sex 23 times in a month to be normal. 23 times in a month to be normal. Now, another thing I hate about Nigerian women,
this is job.
Yeah. There are another situation too. Wow, the other side.
I'm out of there.
There are some women who come and initiate. Doctor. That's what we're saying.
Hit the like button.
Now you see this stuff works both ways. It's both ways, and that is why we need counselors in our lives. You cannot just marry and be married. I said something. During my session, I always say this: marriage is a business. Either you like it or don't like it, marriage is a business. And never you go into marriage without thinking this is a business. I'm investing 100% of my life into this. What am I going to get eventually? She's investing 100% of her life into this. Children are not the benefit of marriage. They are the blessing of marriage.
Absolutely.
All right? So don't say, I'm blessed to have kids. You must be stupid. If you say that, those kids will meet you in the marriage. When they turn 18, they are actually so quick to leave you. So you have not paid anything. You've not paid anything. So for me, in my family, I have a file. It's here. This is Shola Lola file. This Shola Lola file is activated every year January. That is, what are you expecting from this marriage this year? So every month, we are broken it down to monthly goals. What are we supposed to achieve in January, February, March? And if we refuse to achieve it, we have to go back and check it. Why? And my wife always say my own is all about money. I said because I don't want to beg for bread. I want to save money in January. And she will ask me how much. I will say at least I want to save 20,000. Then she will ask me how. I said, me ò gbọ́dọ̀ rí kó raṣọ ẹbí inú ilé tó bá raṣọ ẹbí wàhálà ṣẹlẹ̀. O lè ra bàtà méjì láàrin oṣù kan ẹjọ́ mà ibo lẹ́ ń lọ. Understand? And that's it. So we'll be able to save it because I'm intentional. I always tell my wife, hello madam, èmi like ìṣúná bolẹ̀ o. Tí n bá fọ ọkùn ẹ̀ tó bá ṣe yáá, màá fún ẹ ní second chance. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta mi ò ní fọ ọkùn ẹ̀ mọ́ o. Tí n bá fẹ́ tó bá gbọ́ pé Pastor Shola lọ ní olórí lùlù lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ògiri má jẹ́ tún ẹ jẹ, màá defend ara mi lórí social media.
À ń ṣe erépa ni erépa là ń ṣe.
I will come on social media. So that's why my wife now decided to go and see a gynecologist to make sure pé she
seek help.
Yeah. Number two, make sure she don't enter menopause now. And I do understand that level.
Of course.
That it's not every time you feel like having sex. All right, that kind of stuff. Now she decided to what?
Dr. Shola, some menopause and thing by a girl.
I understand. But on her own level, she gets tired sometimes. She doesn't want to do it. So she has to take some vitamins. She took vitamins and supplement from the doctor that she's using right now. My wife used to be that woman that will never ask for sex. 20 years in this house. If I'm going and coming, she'll just be looking at me.
Pastor Shola, can I say something about that? Because I know you always bring it up on your show, babe. Nigerian women, Yoruba women, you never initiate. There's a reason, no?
Tell me the reason.
There's a reason.
Tell me.
Let me explain.
Explain.
We grew up in Nigeria, where the girl child, our parents suppressed our sexual urge. They taught us to hate sex. You only give it to your husband, and especially if you grew up in the church, they made you as a woman feel like sex.
They taught you guys in Nigeria not to talk to men. Why are you guys talking to men now? You see, we don't know. We are no longer living in Africa.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm telling you the truth too. You know what I did to my wife? I told my wife, I said, madam, I don't feel special. I don't feel wanted. I cannot be initiating sex all the time. If I do
it means Pastor Shola's internet or is my own.
What happened? I can hear him clearly.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. I said to her, I said, listen, if you don't ask for sex, I don't feel wanted. I feel useless in this house. Like you to say, I'm the only one that wants you. It's one-sided love. I can't cope. I want to go to somewhere that the lady will say, Pastor Shola, I love you. Pastor, this. At the end of the day, my wife decided to change herself around. You see what I'm saying? You have to be intentional. Now, my wife will come with a bumper-to-bumper shot and walk in front of me. I understand the game. I was like, this woman may not be vocal, but now she's showing me sign that this is what I want. And gradually, she started becoming vocal. It means this person wants to keep her marriage. Anybody that is still giving an excuse of our parents taught us not to ask for sex, is not ready.
Yes. Yes.
Now, my wife is not the kind of person that loves, oh yeah, you be bumbo, oh yeah, she doggy, oh yeah, better, oh yeah, better talking. She will say, so family. But at the end of the day, when I told her, I said, you see, I'm a nasty person. I think about sex in my brain. Every man like me, they think the same. Becky Loma, she no bole from our church. Don't eat this in me every Sunday. Our church member, I mean,
by mistake, sir. By mistake, sir.
You know, what's your mistake?
No.
Intentional, now she now started changing and tried changing. It took me some time to communicate to my wife how good oral sex is. It took me some time for her to admit and accept it. She did. And now when I enter into it and I want to do it, and I say, and I say, don't even see, and I didn't know she's enjoying it. And now I don't need that to be jealous. I
get you, or you hear me. But let me ask you a question, because on your page, you read. I know you read all of them. ọkùnrin sọ pé àwọn ní problem, like men complain about not, their women giving excuses, not giving them the
Kogberi.
Àwọn obìnrin náà tún complain, women too are complaining pé ọkùnrin ní erectile dysfunction and they don't want to get help, especially àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ bíbá. Somebody on this live stream has said that she's in that problem now. As a matter of fact, the in-laws are blaming her pé òun ò lóyún, she's not having a baby. Meanwhile, the husband cannot conditional gole. What's the solution? Kí lè máa sọ fún àwọn ọkùnrin? What are you going to tell them?
No. Number one is, you've heard me say this all the time. We have leaders who doesn't understand leadership. You see, because a man is created a man, doesn't mean he's automatically a leader. He needs to learn the act of leadership. Now, part of leadership is you providing for your family. Now, you have to provide financially. You have to provide spiritually. You know why a lot of women, they follow pastors? It is because their husbands are not spiritually leading.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The person that is praying for them is who they follow.
Facts.
That's the person they're going to buy shoes for. They buy shoes for him and all kinds of. They respect him. Pastor want to get 23 years old. Or to get 45 on the.
Facts.
Number 3, they have to provide. Yes, ma'am. Number 3, they have to provide security. You're supposed to be the fence around your family. Get home first. Know that your children are well taken care of. Your wife is good. They have eaten. You too, eat in the house. And then you can carry your car key after washing the dishes and cleaning and I say, I want to go and hang out with Funshot. Your wife will not blink. She won't say nothing. So you go. You've done that. Number 3 is that you have to provide sexually. It's an intentional thing. So many times I touch my own penis myself. I want to make sure there is no lumps there. I want to make sure that it's still doing well. Why? Because I want to be able to satisfy my wife. I don't want my wife to be telling me it's not good or I'm not satisfied or not this. I have decided to go and be working every morning by myself. Do you think I'm working for myself? No. I'm working to keep myself in shape so I could do the job that God has placed in my house. Bible said whatever your hand finds to do, he said do it well. So it's part of what to do. So a lot of our young men today, they drink agbo like they're drinking
Opaying, sir.
So once you are drinking agbo, it's like you now drinking chloroquine every day. Chloroquine 3 times in a day without malaria catching you. It will affect you. Then you start having erectile dysfunction. Then you don't have energy. Then your belly will start getting bigger. The bigger your belly, the more you are losing stamina. And the smaller your penis is, the more you are not going to be. You see, when a woman with big belly and a man with big belly, when they want to have sex, they sleep on top of each other. The Mr. T will be dangling like this. Then the wife will say, Shoti wale, let's be mutai, no, kuti wale, I take confessing me, o mokoto shele, wale, and all that stuff. You will see that you are killing yourself. And that's why. And your wife, if your wife should go and jam a black American man to understand doggy, to understand the culture too, you will be shocked that your wife is You see, so the issue here is that we as men, we need to be intentional about our lives. You are not living your life by yourself alone. Now you have a partner. And that partner must be satisfied, and you must be satisfied also. Not just only financially, not just only spiritually, not just only materially, it's going to be sexually too. Do you know that majority of the marriages that are crash landing today is because of sex?
Benny.
Majority. It's either the man is a 2 seconds noodle, or maybe the woman's libido is all the way to the floor. And now none of them is able to work on it. And that's where the problem is. So we as Christians, we have been afraid to talk about sex all these years.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about it. You see, people do call me demons. When they see, they say, oh, that demon is here. That demon is here. You know, and it's because of this hypocrisy in church. I went to one redeemed church one time to go and preach. And I got there. And when I started talking about oral sex, the pastor came and collected my microphone from me. The old church went crazy. And they asked the pastor to return the microphone and apologize.
They're enjoying it.
No, you know what I did? I messed the pastor up. I intentionally want to mess the pastor up. And I carried the microphone and I said, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you men here like to be given blowjob? All the men just said, whoo.
Of course.
The pastor looked back and said, Egbami. And I said, women, how many of you, you women, I said, you women, how many of you want your plate to be leaked? All the women say, hey, including the pastor's wife.
Jesus.
So when we now got done in the Redeemed Christian Church, You know, they will take you to the office. The man now apologized to me. I said, Pastor, you don't know your church member like I do. I know them very well. You see, you are actually creating hypocrisy.
That's what it is.
When they get home, they are regular people, real people.
No more.
If you want a congregation of real people, let me tell you something. You have to let them give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and unto God what belongs to God.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Shola. What I'm hearing from what you are saying is that irrespective of whatever excuse standing, whether we're told by our parents sex is not good as women, or we're told it's a sin and we're repressed, we're adults now. Once you are in that marriage, you need to work on yourself to make sure you are bringing it 100% for your spouse, whether you are a man or a woman. That's what I'm hearing you say. You cannot be giving excuses. It's because I'm a Nigerian woman. They told me women are not supposed to initiate. Or if you're a man, you have problem. You don't need to wait for your wife to tell you to go and
Auntie B, you know, I get a lot of women that toast me. I'm always very happy when they toast me. Oh no, Nigerian women, you know, from like 25 all the way up to like 60.
I'm toasting you.
Yeah, they'll just come and say, Dr. Shola, I just love the way you talk. I say, oh, thank you, ma. I wish I could take you out for dinner. I say, me too, I want to go to dinner. You know, so where do we meet? And stuff like that. And you see, so it's gladdening my heart that women are becoming bolder. They're becoming bolder. And they're demanding for things they should demand for. All right? And this is what we call feminism, which is not. It's just that women are taking over their position as human beings. See, at the B, we all went to the same primary school. We took the same entrance exam to go to secondary. They didn't say female this one, male this one. It was the same cutoff mark for us to go to university. We got to university, we sat in the same class, where we actually attended the same class, the same professor. We took the same almighty exam. And when we went to job, we took the same interviews. Why is it that we're now thinking women are less or lesser than a man? No, they're not. They are the same.
Dr. Shola, some women are complaining, because I can speak for my ladies and my sisters today.
Yes.
They are complaining, if they are too expressive, the man will, especially all those religious men, will say,
I want sissy men, marry sissy men. Once you know a sissy man, don't marry him. A sissy man will be jealous.
They will say, where did you learn that from?
Tíyàwó mi bá tì mí lu bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bọ́ sókò tó ń di mi, màá ní Jésù ṣe glory to God, hallelujah, I've been praying all this while for this. You see, once your wife, that's what I'm saying. Don't marry a sissy man. Once you marry a sissy man, you're done. You're done.
One chance, Nia.
It's a red flag. When you are dating a person, and that person is always about Jesus, that's a red flag. I said it to some people one time. If I take a woman out, and when we go to eat, and then the next thing you're saying is, do you know Genesis is related to Revelation or no? I will go to the bathroom and never come back.
Let's pray.
I will go to the bathroom and never come back. I am looking for a girl that could challenge me, a balanced lady that could challenge me, that could actually talk politics, talk about sex openly, talk about football, talk about God, and talk about sex. If you can't do it, you are not my candidate. All right? So, and I will never date a woman that is always wearing beret.
You talked about the Ankara. I want to wear
Ankara. There's one born again shoe, don't have Keno. There are those ones that wear those Keno shoes. I will never toast you. Never. If I see you around my house, so those ones, they will destroy you. So once you go into dating, make sure you look at the guy. Don't marry a sissy. Because once you marry a sissy, that's what it's going to do to you. You'll be like, people don't so things don't turn in. So that's why a lot of women are holding.
Or when you say, let's change the style. It's not only missionary. If a woman, a wife complains, okay, it's not only missionary. Let's try another style.
Say, missionary. Are you a missionary? Missionary every day. Are you a missionary? So for missionary saying you look white. You know what I'm saying? So that's the stuff. Those kind of people will ruin your life. Now, at me. I get only one line. God has given you just one chance. It's possible for it to be between 0 and 50, or between 0 and 70, or between 0 and 100. We don't know how far we're going to go.
Yeah.
So you need to live your life day by day, like it's going to end tomorrow.
Like it's your best life, yeah?
Yes, sir. So you enjoy the life that God has given to you to the fullest of it. So if you find a woman that's always angry, every time angry, that woman is not going towards your direction.
Okay, so we're having some questions now, Dr. Shola. Thank you so much. I share going sir. We appreciate you. You know we honor you so much on this platform. I want your questions. So I'm asking them to send questions, especially women that are going through things. Me, I have a personal question I want to ask you. But Charity Oliver is saying, what do you do, Dr. Shola, if your husband refuses to lick plates? What do you do?
Fantastic.
It's supposed to be. You see, life when it comes to marriage is based on agreement, and that agreement is supposed to start from the time of friendship. Okay, during the time of friendship, you just don't go to the street and be eating suya all around. You see, friendship time is getting to know the person. Friendship time is you're pushing yourself to that person. I always tell my clients, before you marry somebody, make sure you write a story about your life and give it to that person to read. Let that person see their own position inside of your story. Now, your sexuality is supposed to be communicated from the day one. You don't want to waste your time. You want to actually ask that person, how do you want sex?
So you should discuss it.
Yes, and then you see, don't allow him to love you the way he wants to love you. Tell him how you want to be loved.
How you want to be loved.
Please don't love me the way you want to love me. This is how I want to be loved.
Yeah.
So let that person know this is what I like about sex. This is what I do not like. When it comes to oral sex, that's the major thing for me. Because 85% of women don't come by penetration. They come by oral sex. 85%. Okay? So if you understand that part of yourself, you have to teach it to the partner you're about to get married to. That person must know the anatomy of your own body to be able to know what he needs to do to get you there. So you have to. Even though the Bible says oral sex, premarital sex is wrong. For me, I wasn't born again when I found my wife. So, so I understand my wife very well. And ever since then, I've been training my wife to actually be what I want. And she's training me to be what she wants. All right? So that's how we're doing it. So for that question to be really answered, they need to communicate before marriage to get to that point. So if
now that they're in marriage, they didn't communicate, they are married now.
If they mistakenly got married and now they are married, there is still opportunity of going back to the foundation. Now, it is not you that will do so. It is now a counselor, and it's not your third pastor, please. Because the third pastor will be quoting Revelation, Genesis, and all kinds of stuff. Now, you need to go and look for a professional counselor that will put it to your husband. Do you think your wife is sexually satisfied? So the man will say, oh, of course, yes. And then you look at madam will now say, no, I'm not. What are the things that are supposed to be done? And then we do it. I took a counseling session some few years ago. And the woman actually said, oh, Dr. Shola, my husband can never lick my plate. And the husband now came after, because I always take different sessions, separate ones. And the husband said, Pastor Shola, you cannot lick my wife's plate. I said, why do you want me to lick it? He said, the kind of smell that comes out of it. Oh, no. Oh, no, Pastor Shola, you cannot. So I told the woman, I said, madam, can you put your finger in your own vagina and smell it? You see, at B, that's why they hate me. They hate me because I tell the truth all the time.
You are wrong. That's why they hate you. You are too wrong.
If it's another person, we just say glory to God. Hallelujah. Let us pray. Father, in the Lord Jesus, let everything be normal.
Everything be normal. Yeah.
Everything cannot be normal. I said, madam, can you put your own finger in your own vagina and smell it and see? Can you put your own mouth? And that was wow.
Yes, sir. They will come back and then they will come and tell us that it's the man that has ED. That's what they've been doing to me before you came in today.
That was how we settled that quarrel, madam. That was how we settled the quarrel, and that was how I actually linked that lady up with a gynecologist, and she went there and they gave her treatment for yeast infection.
Yeast, yeah.
Yeah, for yeast infection. There are sometimes women will have STD, but they will not know.
Exactly. I like what you said. In one of your shows I was listening to, Dr. Shola, you said that we women should put our hand there and put it in our nose and smell it.
Yeah.
It's good for us to even know. Or you can test it so that you know, because somebody is going to put their mouth there and then you know what they are eating.
Auntie B, I was very young. I was a polytechnic about it. Tó bọ́ pátá lè báyìí gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní dormitory ní sàlẹ̀sàlẹ̀ wọ́n gbọ́ òórùn yẹn.
wàhálà.
bọ́ èmi fúnra mi tábìlì ti gbé èmi ò gbọ́ òórùn rárá gbogbo mo ń síná bọ́lẹ̀ dáná. So at the end of the day, I now escorted the girl, and I was coming back, and I found out that my hands are smelling one kind of and stuff like that. I'm telling you, Timmy can be that only a lot of women, a lot of their armpit is smelling.
So underneath Shola is talking about personal hygiene.
Underneath, sister, Auntie, underneath the breast, people that are endowed, when they wash themselves, they refuse to clean underneath the breast. It will smell. At the back of the hair, over here, it will smell. The wig that they refuse to wash, it will smell.
The wig, facts.
So all these things are actually major turn off. Major turn off for men. We say your husband is having erectile dysfunction. No. Go and bring another clean girl to your husband. Oh, my shinobo.
No, there are some men that are having erectile dysfunction.
Of course,
we know.
Of course, we know. I understand that. But it's not every man. We cannot just generalize and say every man.
We have another question. No, not every man. Yeah, but there are some that genuinely having erectile dysfunction. Black Tutus is asking, our needs and wants changes as we grow old.
Yeah.
How do we communicate the changes to our partner if we are stuck? How do we tell them,
why is the person your best friend? Why is the person your best friend? I always say this to people. If you cannot talk to a man, and the man is a bully, that man is not your husband, that man is a slave master.
Facts. Yes.
If you have to walk on eggshells in your own home, it means you are not with your husband, you are not with your best friend, you are not with a partner, you are actually with a slave master. So your relationship is supposed to be created and built on a solid ground. And number one, that's why you don't call your husband daddy.
Daddy,
Dr. Shola, you might call me daddy during the dues though.
Sorry, daddy, yato. Nasty daddy, daddy. Daddy is different. All right. So once you call your husband daddy, you are placing that man above you. And when you want to communicate with him as a man that you're under his authority. So you will reference him like your own father. But when you call your husband sweetheart, Ogidiga, Stobonton, you are actually putting him on a level whereby he will call you the same thing. You guys have pet names for each other, or you decide to call you guys or each other by your first names. Shola, Lola. You know what I'm saying? So once you build your relationship, you should be able to be vulnerable around your husband. You should be able to talk nonsense in front of your husband, and he's not supposed to get angry. His job is to listen to your nonsense and interpret it the right way.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Yes, sir, that's some of the issues. People get too serious with this conversation. They don't know how to lighten up and have the conversation in a way that somebody can feel safe. That's one of the issues, sir.
Yeah, so we have to be friends. Build your friendship from the start. You will be able to ask questions. And once you're stuck, you'll be able to say, husband, I don't think I'm feeling this anymore. And let me give you an example. When we moved into a brand new house, I was so excited, and business started flowing, and I get busy from morning like 8 o'clock until 11 at night. And I was making the money, $600. It was kind of like really sweet, the money was coming. So I totally forgot about communicating with madam in the living room. Once I come into my office, I stay here until 11 at night. So one day, because we normally hold scrum meetings every morning. Every morning, your marriage needs a scrum meeting every morning. And we need a board meeting once in a month. So during the scrum meeting, I asked my wife, what are the things that I'm missing? And she said, we don't talk anymore. And I was like, what do you mean we don't talk anymore? Are we not talking right now? He said, no. He said, formally, you will walk until 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, you come and sit down in the living room. We watch movie together. We crack jokes together. We hold each other's legs. And then we'll be there laughing. He said, we don't do that anymore. You close at the office by 11 at night when I'm ready to sleep. That was a kind of a blow.
A wake-up call for you.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of communication.
Yes. So the next thing I did, I had to rearrange myself. So my office phone, if you go and check, I put it on, I'm not available. Anything after 6 o'clock, I'm unavailable. They know they see me. Because at that time, I have a different heart. I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm myself, and then I'm a businessman. I need to make sure that I balance up the whole four and nothing is lacking at that point in time. So that's exactly what we do. Communication is key.
Yes, sir. If you don't mind that I highlight something that you just demonstrated with what you just described. You said there was a scrum meeting. That means you were listening. She felt safe enough to communicate.
Yes.
And that's a big piece of that puzzle.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Men don't like to be accused. We don't like to be challenged. All right. So once your wife say, Daddy Funke, we got to talk. Then you start thinking in your head, now you will not be saying if your plate is clean.
Yeah.
It is because the cupboard is not nice. Yeah. That's why you start thinking in your head.
Actually, Dr. Shola, EJ is saying that I don't like it. My husband will want to lick it, but I don't like it at all.
Is it your mouth that is using to lick it?
Until you try it, you don't know whether you like it or not. Why you
don't know, baby? Unless your husband is biting it. When your husband is biting
it.
Now, once you are doing it, your husband is supposed to target the clitoris. There is something called the clitoris that your husband is supposed to target. Now, if your husband is not so good at doing it, let him just buy ice cream, vanilla ice cream, on Friday afternoon before they close in Walmart. All right? Once at night, the two of you drink a little wine. Get a glass of wine, shack it in. It will take you guys to a different level. Now jump in the bathroom and wash every part of your body that your mouth is going to go to. There must be no odor coming out from anywhere. So once that is done, carry the ice cream and put it around the female reproductive organ. Now, the female reproductive organ is not the vagina. The vagina is only a part of female reproductive organ. Now there is the G-spot, there is the clitoris, there is the vulva, and then so you put it all around it, and then you start licking the ice cream a little bit on the side until you get to the clitoris, and then once you get there, your tongue is touching it, it will become hard. Once it becomes hard, you can put your finger into it and use your finger to start massaging those two ball-like structures inside. All right? So
EJ, why are you running?
Once they're doing that, your wife will start giving a kind of a ringtone that is out of this world. Your wife will come back and tell you, sorry, sir, I don't want sex anymore. Oral sex is enough for my life. And nothing more. If you want to learn more about that stuff, reach out to me, I'll teach you.
Hey! Pastor Shola to the world. This is why we love you. You bring it 100% all the time. No filter. You just tell it the way it is. Imagine, Pastor encouraging us to do licking plates. We should be eating plate and putting ice cream.
It's your husband. It's your wife, legal husband. What you do in your bedroom doesn't concern Angel.
Nope.
Angel are not carrying camera and say, Baba God, what's in licky plate? They don't get time for that one.
Okay, so finally, Dr. Shola, thank you so much for joining. I know you are a very busy man with all your sessions. In fact, I don't know how you do it. No wonder Stalola was complaining because from your counseling to all your shows to all your engagement to activity in Opa, I don't know how you do it. The Lord is your strength. I want to come back to the issue of EG, Sir Emma Binu, because this is something that a lot of us know that you know is happening. Baba need because of medical issues, maybe because of high blood pressure or age or something. And he doesn't want to address it, and he wants you to just remain. Why do you need to talk about it? Why do I need to go to the doctor? Why do you need sex? But you want it because you are still in your prime as a woman. Kinikashi, what should he do?
I just got back from the pharmacy to collect my blood pressure medication. That is not going to stop you from having an erection. No, your lifestyle is very important. What you eat, what you drink, the way you live your life is very important. And you have to be very intentional about it also. Now, African men don't like to see doctors, and I don't know why. They don't like counselor, they don't like therapists, they don't like doctors. And you don't know you are killing yourself if you don't. Okay? So once you actually notice that there is a little bit of ED going on, now once you're having partial erection, you know when you have partial erection, it means that the penis cannot go in by itself. Anytime you notice that the penis, isn't your penis supposed to be hard? In some cases, some men, they need a boost. And the boost will come from oral sex. Okay? When a woman just grab the microphone and do microphone check, he allows the blood to flow into it. And then you get a hard rock erection. Alright? But if at the end of the day, the blood is not flowing towards that direction, it's possible for you to have partial erection. That means it's a little hard, but it cannot penetrate by itself. You have to help it by using your finger to put it in. That's when you know that something is wrong. Okay? At that point in time, you need to see your doctor. They are going to let you know what to do. You have to change some stuff around. You have to exercise. You have to limit your sugar intake. You have to limit a lot of different stuff. And even your high blood pressure medicine, you have to know when to take it and when not to take it. All right? So, and then another thing is that this is going to help your life. I don't want to show you very well.
And if the uncle doesn't want to address it, yes,
Dr. Shola, that part. He doesn't want to address it. He's not admitting it.
When you now tell a man and say, Ogbeni, I'm not satisfied, and it seems like this your ED is killing me, and marriage can only run when sex is actually on point.
When the guy is shaking,
that's when marriage runs. And he's saying to you, I don't care. Okay? That's all I can give. If you're not ready to do it, you're not ready to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody is tying you down in that marriage. Nobody is. You can't pray about that penis. It's not going to wake up. The man is not willing to do nothing. You are still 35. You are still 38, 40. Like I said before, it's only one life. Only one life you are living. It's not two. You are not coming back. So you want to make sure you do the thing right. And how do you do it right? Is by you fulfilling righteousness. Call a family meeting first. Let them know I am suffering. Ojo Timi 5 years ago. It has been 5 years since the last time I had good sex in this house. All right? And that's why I'm calling you guys right now. You can't shock on me. And stop. And then we cannot look at it as a family and say, okay, let us recommend this or this. And if the guy is not doing it, you have already fulfilled righteousness. If you file divorce at that time, you are justified. Now, something happened in New York City. A lady reached out to me, 7 years no sex because of ED. So I said, okay, do you want me to come? They say, yes. I'm sorry, I'm still using Redeem now. Because Redeem is actually the major church that we have, and they always have one problem or the other. All right? So, and they attend Redeem Christian Church. So I took my laptop, I went to the place. They paid me my $500. So I took my laptop, I went to the place. And I asked the man, I said, sir, your wife says she wants to file for divorce. It's been 7 years, no sex. And the man said, that's okay. That if she's ready to leave, I'm not going to hold her because she tried already. And I said, sir, but do you love your wife? He said, yes, I do. I said, are you ready to do what I'm going to teach you? He said, yes, I'm ready to do it. I said, do you know about oral sex? He said, it's a sin, sir. I said, is it good for you to commit a sin and hold your marriage or not commit sin and lose your marriage? The guy look at me.
Well, who told them it's a sin, Dr. Shola? Where is it with
I was about to say.
I said,
who told all this pastor?
I said, sir, it's not a sin, sir. I said, I'm going to teach you how to do it, and you do it, and you come back and tell me. So I actually brought out my little rabbit. I gave them the rabbit. The rabbit is a vibrator. It's tiny. And once I give them a vibrator with the battery inside of it. I said, sir, you're going to put that rabbit on the clitoris. As you use your finger inside of it, I taught them how to do it. And then you use your tongue at the time. I said, then come back tomorrow and tell me what happened. The woman called me first in the morning. I said, Dr. Shola, even though it's not good yet, but I was able to feel good. I came 3 times. And even in, there was a signal going into his penis. At that time, he was seeing the wife responding. And that was 12 years ago, man. They are still married today. The woman is enjoying her life right now without a dildo. Just a tiny rabbit they use on the clitoris and the mouth and the finger. At the end of the whole stuff, they are able to keep their homes together. Now, as a man, I know we run by ego. The ego of a man will make you to feel like you want to hide it. I don't want to tell people. I don't want people to know. You are killing yourself the more. Once you are going through erectile dysfunction, the best thing for you to do is to shout. There is a doctor who happens to be a friend of mine in Dallas. She has a machine that she uses in actually helping people to do this. Yeah. So once you reach out to her, she will take care of you. I have another guy who's here in Houston too, and who is actually using a machine to help people to gain their erection back at the same time. Then I have another supplement. I think, yeah. I have another supplement here that people use for erectile dysfunction also. So I have, loads and lots of things that they could do. All they need to do, yes, ma'am. All they need to do, in as much that the penis is not totally dead. Okay, there's a solution to, even if it's totally dead, there's a surgery that they do right now. They insert a pump inside of the penis. It's like a rod. They put it inside, and the button will be underneath the scrotum sac. So once you want to make love, you turn that machine, and the machine will give that erection. You finish doing what you're doing, and then you turn it back down again. It's going to relax, but there will be no ejaculation. The penis will only act like a dildo. But at the same time, your wife will be good. There'll be kissing, there'll be holding, and all of that stuff. Compared to dildo, there's no kissing, no nothing. But with your own, there's going to be that. And the surgery is so simple. It's not something that will take a long time. But the other part of it is that it's painful. All right, but you're going to be able to satisfy your husband, your wife at every time. So if you are actually experiencing ED, please don't keep your mouth shut. If you can't call a woman, call a man like me. We will help you out and we direct you to the right person that will help you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shola. I would really appreciate that because that's a very massive issue in our community and you've just addressed it. Ola, do you have something to say to Dr. Shola before we round up because we need to allow Dr. Shola to go and rest?
Yeah. No, we talk behind the scenes. Shout out to you, sir. Thank you so much for the work you're doing. Well done.
Thank you, Baba.
Yes, sir.
Now, I've been able to bail you out now. 2 men against 1 woman. We go finish up.
Sir. One long you low by there, but I try. The topic ni pé kan sọjí wọ́n fẹ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀ ìdí ọ̀tọ̀ ní kan tó fẹ́ máa sọ ọ̀tọ̀ ní kan tá sọ ọ̀tọ̀ ní kan tẹ́ ń sọ.
Òun ṣe brotherhood lálẹ́ yìí ó ti ẹ̀ lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ má sọ̀rọ̀ because you fall our hand tonight so má tiẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ òun ṣe brotherhood.
No kò jọ sùúrù la máa ní we won't pack it layer by layer. It's okay. It's all right.
Our uncles, Tabani, you hearing what Dr. Shola is saying? Contact him. Dr. Shola is on all social media. There is solution. Don't keep quiet and expect your wife.
Wọ́n ní kẹ́ gbá kíní ẹ̀ mú kẹ́ gbá mú ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìdí ẹ̀ gbá mú kẹ́tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìdí ẹ̀ kàn wá zoom pé ìdí. Wọ́n ní kẹ́ gbá nǹkan mú ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìdí. Ṣé ìdí náà sọ ni?
Can anything come out from something that...
Báwo lẹ ṣe mọ̀ pé ó kú tẹ́ bá gbá mú?
Ó ti kú.
Thank you so much, sir. Well done, sir.
No problem. We have the solution. Atọkùnrin àtobìnrin la ní tiwa lára. And as married people, we're supposed to help each other to stand and to grow. And ká má ní olórí kunkun ọkùnrin àti olórí kunkun obìnrin. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fara burúkú balẹ̀ ká gbéjà lẹ̀. Let's be humble and listen to one another, and we'll be able to help each other be able to grow. There's nothing out there right now. If you're married, just stay with your wife, stay with your husband, improve on your marriage, and then you pray alongside. You pray alongside, trust God, and God will see you through. But the principles of the principle that that is affiliated with happy marriage, you have to go and look for them, implement them in your marriage. And sex is number 1 principle. Sex, very good sex. You will capture the mind of a man. 23 times in a month. Ọ̀rẹ́, machine boko ejo, mo ben. Tó bá wà living room finá sí lórí ó wà ní inú garage dáná bolẹ̀ fún inú mọ́tò gbé kíní ẹ̀ sẹ́nu lọ drive lọ sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ seaside ó yẹ kó kì mọ́lẹ̀ síbẹ̀ tó bá ti kì mọ́lẹ̀ 24/7 orí àpé ó máa tẹ reset button inú agbárí ẹ̀ you understand so that's the way it is.
So for people that's just joining, there's somebody here to in the comment section and she's been saying 7 years, she's been married 7 years. Ola, this is a practical example to know that we're not making this in top. For 7 years, he's not been active, refusing to get help more because he cannot get it up and he's refusing to find solutions. So finally, what I can say to you, 7, please reach out to Dr. Shola and see if your husband can speak to him man to man. It's easier for men to talk to fellow men. Maybe he's embarrassed by it.
Right.
And if that doesn't work, you know that you've tried everything because now she's considering divorce.
7 years is too long. You have to get divorced. But talk to me first. Let me reach out to the man. Now, another strategy is this. I understand men don't like to talk to counselors. Once I take the women first, I'll collect the phone number. I'll call the husband myself. But don't tell him you are actually taking counseling. So I call the man myself, and there's a strategy that we use to actually reach out to them. And me, I'm so free that they tell me everything. They're going to tell me everything. All right? So I tell them about my own erectile dysfunction experience that I've had. I'm going to tell them about my own depression experience that I've had. I've had all manners of things before I become this guy. So everybody's going through so much. So I can actually, I can tell you what I've been through and how I'm able to come out of those things. And at the end of the day, everything will be right. Actually, because if thinking you're about to say,
So I have
to go and see my doctor in New York City, and the doctor said, it's very simple. So he gave me medication, told me what to do. And before I got to know it, I was just walking on the street one day. I just found out the thing just came out. I was like, I ran all the way to the house to go and test it.
Yes, so.
Dr. Shola and you wanted to try to see that is working. He's back for real. Sir, we appreciate it.
Well.
Thank you so much.
Well done, sir. I've posted his YouTube link. He's everywhere on Instagram. You can find him easily.
Go to Instagram and contact Dr. Shola. Seven. Reach out to Dr. Shola and then see if it doesn't still work with Dr. Shola. You will know that you've exhausted all options. So you've tried, but it is well with you.
All right,
take care, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Wow. Dr. Shola came last minute when we thought that he was not going to make it, and he's just turned it around. But we thank God. But you see what he said? If you have ED, seek solution. Simple. How simple was that? Seek solution. If you have any problem, you
that works.
Like the sister that said that I don't like kidney, I don't like licking my husband licking my plate. So look, I love Dr. Shola because it's very straightforward, it's very raw, and it will tell you how it doesn't go around in circles. So did you enjoy the fire from Dr. Shola and the circle of Man of Prestige? It is what it is, but you know, Dr. Shola brought it 100%, told us his mind about this thing. Brothers, I'm talking to you now as a sister. Please, if you have problems, solve it. Women, my fellow sisters, you guys know I'm your advocate. I'm the one that speaks for you. I fight your battles. I love and support you 247. But Loria Arroyo, on this matter, do not deny your husband. 1 month is too much, not to talk of 8 years. What did we carry? What did we throw? Are you okay? Nah. Don't do that. If you have issues, unforgiveness in your heart, resolve it. Whatever he has done, resolve it. Denying your husband is equally saying that you're not interested in the marriage anymore. I will never support a woman that is denying her husband of sex because we have issues. Talk about it, resolve it, but do not withhold it. Weaponizing sex in marriage is a no for me. So I will not support you on this one. Okay? You know, they say it's the person that you love that you tell the truth. So I will tell you guys the truth as women. Okay? Don't weaponize it. And you, that sister that was saying, my husband wants to lick plate, I don't want it. If you go and find somebody to lick their plate outside, you will lose your husband. You better open up and make sure you are clean. Shave everywhere. Go and buy a perfume from Natu and rub on your skin so that you smell nice. And by the time you wear this sexy, oh Jesus. Some things I want to show you guys, some sexy lingerie to when your husband even see you, be like, yay, Mogbe, I'm going to pay dowry again. Are you all right? What's your problem? No, I don't play like that. No. Like Dr. Shushan told us, there's no excuse. You can't say, because my parents told me it's a sin, and because I'm a Christian. No excuse. No excuse. Now, you have to learn. Don't allow us to be collecting this shame. They'll be using us to compare to other women from other cultures because we are too primitive when it comes to sex. We are too frigid. No. Once you sign that marriage, I know we like marriage. Once you sign that contract to marry, you sign the contract to Kerewa. You must do it. Except you are sick, of which there will be understanding. All of you that be going to church, you see like that, uncle. Once you find somebody outside here, bye. Enjoy it. Make sure you are clean. Clean up everywhere. When sexy lunch, initiate. Go and pull him. Some cool. Say we shouldn't call them daddy. We'll not call them daddy. Look for a sexy name. Call them. Say, tonight is the night. Light candles. Scented candles. If there's any reason why your libido is low as a woman and you don't enjoy sex, you can also talk to a sex therapist. Okay? Talk to a sex therapist. I think PK, they have a sexologist in their platform that you can talk to. So that you can get your libido up. This thing is meant to be enjoy. Enjoy it! We're not going to do it in heaven, no. It's only in this earth. So let's enjoy it. You know, if you don't know how to kiss, learn to kiss. Make sure your oral hygiene is good. Brush your teeth. Use deodorant. Natu has this lovely oil-based perfume that you rub on your skin. And when you wear your lingerie, hey, Jesus. You have to put an effort in. Everybody should do their part, okay? That's all I'm saying, all right? If you are dry, thank you so much. Somebody is saying, Cherish Olivia, if you have dryness issues as a woman, use lubricants. Everything is available. If you don't know us, put it on Google. What do women use when you are dry, when you have a dry vagina? It will tell you. You will see shops where you can buy, different things that you can use so that you'll be wet. You know that our chemical things sometimes there's imbalance because of maybe hormonal issues, menopause or whatever. But there's always a solution. Do not deny your husband. Ladies, I'm going to end this show tonight by pulling your ear. How many years do you have? Shine Bami. You have 2 years. What did I say? Do not deny your husband. Give it to them freely. Initiate. In fact, bring in the style. If you're looking for style, contact me. Lady, use your shirt with us. All those plenty style. The other day, I still have it. I will share with you freely. Different things. But you must not deny your husband. Uncle, if you have a problem, please go and find a solution to it. We need a very healthy, sex releases stress. It is good. It's meant to be enjoyed. If you're not enjoying, there's a problem. You need to find a solution why there's a problem so that you can enjoy it. I have empathy for women who are circumcised, they've been raped, or whatever sexual experience they have that impact on them not enjoying it. And men too. Some men were raped and, things happened to them in their childhood. They were, molested or whatever. But there is an answer. As long as you want to get into marriage, you must be willing to find a solution so that your partner can enjoy you, your spouse can enjoy you. This thing is not debatable. It's not a matter of gender. Where I'm a woman, If you have a problem, solve it. No matter. Did you enjoy the show? Give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. I love you guys, and I'm going to see you soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take care of yourself, and I will speak soon. Thank you to Dr. Shola and Man of Prestige and all the people that called in. I'll see you very soon. Welcome to the month of August. Make sure you have lots of kerewa in this August. Kerewa is good for your skin. It's good for your mental health, your emotional well-being. Keep having kerewa. The only reason you should not be having kerewa is because you are not married. If you are married and there's no kerewa, there's a problem. Let's find solutions. Thank you so much, everybody. I love you. Bye, guys.